coming up on ATV News.
New sexual assault claims. This time it's against faculty. We'll show you how the university is responding.
The city you live in now might change, even if you don't move.
A popular local high school teacher is facing charges after cops say they found him with someone he shouldn't be with.
Most Aggie sport teams were competing outside of Utah. One USU athlete was competing on the other side of the world.
It's finally feeling and looking a lot like winter, but is it here to stay? I'll show you in weather.
All that and more, this is ATV News. Welcome to ATV News. I'm Alex Zellner.
And I'm Taylor Emerson.
As we come on the air today, the roads are clear, but Utah Highway Patrol reports a total of 458 crashes on Monday. Among those who were hit, 3 state troopers, one in Summit County, north of Heber, the second in Utah County, and the third in Salt Lake County. In all accidents, no major injuries were reported. In response to crashes like these, UHP asks drivers to slow down, especially if you see emergency vehicles on the road. If you are involved in an accident with minimal vehicle damage and no injuries, Highway Patrol asks you to move off to a gas station, parking lot, or someplace safe off the freeway.
And Haley Hendricks here is leading us off with the studio with an update on our snowy conditions. Haley?
Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of been a wild weekend with all of the car accidents and everything going on. I know you were coming back from California this weekend.
Yeah, I got stuck, and you know what? I made the choice to stay in the warm sunshine for an extra day and not deal with those roads.
Oh, good. Well, we're glad you made it back safe to be here with us today. But for all of our ski and snow lovers, we've got some awesome news right over here. All right, so if we want to take a look at our snow forecast for today, we've got Alta is going to be 58 inches. We've got Beaver at 60 inches, Bryan Head at 43, Brighton at 72 inches of snow, and Cherry Peak at 31, Deer Valley at 56, Eagle Point at 12 inches, and Nordic Valley at 12 as well, and Park City being at 54, Powder Mountain with 48 inches, Snow Basin at 52, Snowbird at 86 inches, Solitude Mountain at 66, and Sundance with 40. So for all of our snow lovers, it looks like it's going to be a good weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Haley. And she will have your full weather report later in our show.
Next today, a 15-year-old snowmobiler is reunited with his family after he was reported missing Monday night. Search and rescue crews were up in Logan Canyon for 2.5 hours looking for the missing snowmobiler. After he was found, the 15-year-old said he was separated from his group and his snowmobile got stuck in a hole. He couldn't get it out, and he says he ended up walking 2 to 3 miles. That's when another group of snowmobilers found and brought him back to the search and rescue command post. With no injuries reported, the snowmobiler is back safe and sound with his family.
We turn to other news today. Sexual assault claims came against USU faculty after a Facebook post last week. Students here at the music department may be rattled after former students posted accusations of sexual harassment on Facebook. University officials say they hired an independent lawyer from Salt Lake City to investigate and that they're taking the allegations seriously and want students to keep speaking up.
We're encouraging people right now to contact us if they have any information that they would like to share. They can contact the Title IX office itself.
The faculty involved in these sexual assaults no longer work at Utah State. And with the investigation underway, ATV's Erin Cox is speaking with the victims and the administration. Join us here again next week and she'll show you what they have to say.
Logan High School hasn't had its morning newscast all week after their teacher was arrested over the weekend. ATV's Chaz Ricks has the latest from Logan High.
Behind me are the doors of Logan High School, where students and teachers come and go. However, there's one former teacher that won't be going through those doors anytime soon. Files were charged to Logan High School teacher Joseph Scott Harris, who Weber County Sheriff's deputies say found him on Friday night with a 15-year-old girl in various states of undress. The 57-year-old is now charged with 6 counts of unlawful sexual activity with a minor, a charge one former student says is surprising.
That can't be, you know, I mean, I would have never guessed. It was a total shocker to me. Really unfortunate situation here.
Logan County School District says Harris has been suspended from the Logan School District. Harris will be making his first appearance in court on March 1st. Chaz Ricks, ATV News.
Harris will be tried in 2nd District Court. We move on now to other news. If you live in Logan or Nibley, your town is considering shifting around the boundaries between the two cities. On Tuesday, the Logan City Council discussed a boundary change that would include 32 parcels of land, approximately 150 acres, between 2200 and 3200 south on US 91. The opponents say, among other things, the trade-off between Logan and Nibley is unfair, with about 130 acres going to Nibley, while about 14 go to Logan. But supporters say it just makes things simpler.
We drew a line that was easier to understand and administer for the residents. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's a simple concept. You look at a map, the line is this, and now it's this. So that's really what we're looking at doing.
The council will continue a workshop on this. Council will continue a workshop on this in their March 20th meeting.
And when we come back, the snowstorm didn't just have cars slipping. We'll show you who's enjoying the snow.
Some people look for a new book. Here in Logan, you might be looking in a new location.
Can you concern with me? Imagine what you'd see if every child had a book to read. 'Cause every kid across the nation deserves a book to read, and we can make it happen right now.
No, I don't know what you've been told, but kids with books learn so much more. So the mission is for us to get a book to each and every child. So let's join hands, book people unite,
Unearth hidden passion.
survival, have a good time.
Plant seeds of inspiration to motivate some magic.
To change the writing on the wall, writing on the wall.
And make a difference. One book can inspire a child. One book can be the first element that helps to change a life.
People unite.
Read to a child today and spark a lifetime of ambition.
Body language. Without saying a word, it can tell you so much. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time. Time to call 911 immediately. The sooner they get to the hospital, the sooner they'll get treatment. And that can make a remarkable difference in their recovery. Learn the body language, the sudden signs, and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back. Did you have trouble traveling through your President's Day weekend like I did? In some parts of Utah, the winter storm dumped 20 inches of snow. ATV's Braden Clark shows you who's out in it.
There are roads out there somewhere. The last weekend made it extremely difficult for those trying to travel around the state. Logan and throughout Utah had heavy snowfall, causing driving and transportation to be very difficult, making it a little challenging for those people traveling home from the holiday break.
So I was heading up from the Grand Canyon, and right by Nephi there was probably about 20 cars piled up, and I-15 ended up getting shut down, and it took us an hour and a half to go 3 miles.
As the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. These USU students are enjoying the fact that they have snow to sled on.
You're moving, man. You do the snow section, you're hauling. It's a part of the whole campus with Utah State. It's not like I came here because of the sledding hill, but when I showed up, you know, it was just to kind of remind me back home. I'm from Alaska. you know, and all we did was sled down hills left and right wherever we could, you know, growing up. So yeah, it's a little attachment, kind of like at home as a kid. You know, I was telling them that it's probably been 6-7 years since I've been sledding. Hey, as you can see, you know, this is why we're doing it, but you know, yeah, it's definitely a good part of Utah State for sure.
Braden Clark, ATV News.
For more on the snowstorm, stay tuned for our weather report.
If you can't make it to City Hall, it may be coming to you. And Logan City Council wants to hear your concerns regarding your community. Logan City is coming together and starting monthly neighborhood council meetings to hear the concerns of individual communities. And there will be one person in particular that plans on attending, Mayor Holly Daines.
I plan to attend all the neighborhood meetings. That's a priority for me. It's an initiative. It's something I promised I'd do during my campaign, and I just see this as reaching out to the citizens, and you know, that's my job.
Based on the needs of the community, each neighborhood will decide how often they want to meet. And if you spend a lot of time downtown or in the library, you might like the potential pairing of the two. Logan City Council gathered on Tuesday along with some members of the community for a public workshop to discuss the new location of the library.
We have an obligation to have a library that's usable, that's pleasant, that is a draw. So these comments about it being a destination place I think are really important.
Logan Council listened to the opinions of the citizens and the majority voted on the V1 location. However, a final decision has not yet been made. Logan Council has until August 1st to decide where the heart of their community will stand.
Have you ever received an email or a phone call that you know is completely bogus? If you haven't, it's coming. And if you think all the scams, listen up. ATV's Erin Cox shows why scammers are targeting you here at USU.
A few years ago, scams may have come in the mail asking for money. Now scammers can get your personal information just by sending you a link in your email or by putting a perfectly placed ad on your social media.
It could look completely valid,
But could be completely wrong.
they can potentially steal information that's on that computer, but also use that computer as a means of attacking other computers.
Using emails, social media, phone calls, and more to attack you when you least expect it.
Father-in-law, he loves finding little jokes. He'll send email messages to the whole family. The attackers will do the same thing.
Not only do they like to do it, but Security and Systems IT Manager Blake Rich says they especially target Utah State because it's a research institution.
We're constantly bombarded with attacks.
And what he means by constantly bombarded, Rich says 90% of emails coming into USU are dropped because they are scams. That's 1 out of 10 emails actually delivered.
Most likely a scam.
But USU police say attackers aren't just using email.
An individual will call someone and say that they are a police officer and there's a warrant out for their arrest, and if they don't pay them right now over the phone, they will send somebody to come and arrest them.
Sound dramatic? Try something a little more subtle.
If somebody sends you a check that's more than you're asking for, that's most likely a scam.
Overpayment checks, ads, emails, or calls that say you've won something, messages saying your computer information has been stolen but can be recovered if you send money, even just simply paying for something over the phone.
Don't give any of your personal information over the phone.
Because it's most likely a scam. If you're still having a hard time between identifying what's real and what's fake, USU police say to call them. And remember,
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
both USU PD and IT say don't click on anything that doesn't look completely right, especially if it's an email link or an ad on a website. If you do fall victim to a scam, they say you can call them. Erin Cox, ATV News.
We turn to other news today. Who do you think can make a better video? An English major or a history major? The College of Humanities and Social Sciences is holding its first film festival to find out. These professors judging this year's submissions are hoping to expand this festival next year and invite more students and faculty from across the university. They say they want it to become an important part to help you learn how to shoot and edit videos, even ones like these, because it can help you to expand your skill set and abilities for employers.
I really do hope that this film festival and what it represents will be the beginning of a long-term, very positive development for the college and our students.
If you'd like to see this year's submissions, we'll post their link to our Facebook page.
Coming up next, ATV's Haley Hendricks will have your full Cache Valley weather report.
Your current temperature is 17 degrees.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
be nice. She's new. Hello, is anyone?
Oh, you're awful.
Sweetie, what happened? Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Ah, listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Whoa. 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 Can you feel the sun?
Welcome back. Haley Hendricks joins us in studio again, and she's going to have our full weather forecast this time.
Haley, are we going to have another snowstorm?
Well, it's kind of looking like we might. It's getting still chilly outside. I kind of wish it was going to be back in the warmer temperatures.
yes.
Maybe I should just go venture off to California. But until then, let's take a look over here and let's talk about what we saw this past weekend. Okay, so if we take a look right here, this is from this past weekend's snowstorm. So we see branches falling on fences and on cars. But on the plus side to all of this, if you take a look here at this beautiful photo, the mountains were just gorgeous. I mean, hands down, this is amazing. I'm glad we got this weekend. But let's take a look at our state forecast or our national forecast for the next couple days. All right, starting over here on the East Coast, we're seeing it's pretty dry over here as well. But down here in the southern part of the states, we're seeing a little bit of showers. Taking a look right over here though, look at this big storm coming up through the Midwest and part of the east right here. So right down here, we're going to be seeing a lot of rain going on. Not too much snow, just colder temperatures. But the further up north we keep going, the colder it gets, as well as it has rain and snow that's going to be mixing in with it. Going to be freezing temperatures here. So people up north, keep warm. That's all I can say for them. But all right, taking a look here at our state forecast, we're looking pretty dry. We're looking pretty warm for this next week. We are going to be seeing some snow showers along the Wasatch Front right here. It's going to be chilly with some snow and rain, but it's going to be looking pretty good. Central part of the state looking pretty dry for the next couple days. All right, let's take a look over here at our 7-day forecast. All right, so looking at today, Wednesday, it is so beautiful outside. We've got the snow on the ground, just with the sun beating down, but it is a little bit partly cloudy. The high today is 26 with a low of 7. Looking up tomorrow, Thursday, it is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 29. And in the evening, temperatures are going to drop down to 13 degrees with a 20% chance of snow showers in the evening. Taking a look over at Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy and scattered snow showers throughout the day, about 20% chance. High will be 28 and the low will be 12. Taking a look over here at Saturday, once again, partly cloudy with snowstorms coming throughout the day with a little bit higher of a chance, 30%, as well as having our high being in 30 and our low as 19. Moving on over to Sunday, we're going to be seeing partly cloudy with some little bit of showers sprinkling throughout the day. We're going to be looking at temperatures with a high of 31 and a low of 21. And taking a look over at Monday, partly cloudy with a little bit of snow once again, 36 with a high and 24 with a low. Tuesday is going to be high of 39 and a low of 26. So it's going to be looking like a good weekend for everybody, not hopefully as bad as last weekend was. I'm hoping it starts to warm up, you know, hopefully to be spring here pretty soon.
Right, especially when it was so warm last week.
I know, it's so crazy how the temperature just changes.
I'm over the cold, but what's up in sports?
So coming up on sports, I'll show you where the Aggies were competing last week and how they fared against top-ranked teams.
So how much longer do you think we're going to be studying for?
Probably another hour or so.
What's up, Mark? What's up? How you doing? How are you? Good. What you doing? Picking some stuff up? Yeah, just getting some stuff to make dinner for Rachel. Oh man, that's why you're an awesome boyfriend. Thank you. See you later. All right, see you.
Where have you been? Do you know how long I've been waiting? I don't care. What did you even get? You don't do anything right. Is that what I said? What are you good for? You're such an idiot. You know, you drive me crazy. I've been texting you, you don't respond to me. You make me talk to you this way. This isn't what I want. You do this. You're the dumb one. Why am I with you?
Yeah. It's a sausage.
I'm very familiar.
Yeah, because you're a sexy girl, Sam. Last thing, totally last thing.
Yeah.
Is that the music, when Momo kicks it into high gear, is going to get a little bit loud. Your customers are going to have a hard time hearing you, so you may want to...
What?
The Utah State men's basketball team took on the Mountain West leading and 24th ranked Nevada Wolfpack Saturday. Guard Kobe McEwen scored a career high of 32 points. He finished the game shooting 10 of 20 from the field, including 3 of 11 from three-point range. The sophomore also tied for the team high in rebounds, with 5 to go along with 3 assists. And that came with 1 steal and 0 turnovers. But Cody Martin with Nevada got a personal best of 30. He came into the game averaging just 13.3 points per game, but easily passed that by 17 points, shooting 13 of 18 from the field, including 2 of 4 from three-point range. He also came up with 9 rebounds. Nevada outshot Utah State from the field and beyond the arc. The Aggies did see success from the free throw line, outdoing the Wolfpack by 1%. Nevada beat Utah State 93-87.
And I thought our guys, effort-wise, was good on the defensive end. I thought we did a lot of really good things, but they made tough shot after tough shot after tough shot.
Utah State women's basketball opened last week's competition against the New Mexico Lobos.
Brewster from 3 up top, knocks it down.
Junior guard Rachel Brewster is the leading scorer for the Aggies with 10 points. She secured a place on Utah State all-time scoring record list where she currently ranks 10th with 954 career points. Sophomore guard Haley Bassett wasn't far behind, adding 9 points for Fantasy led USU 7 rebounds. It wouldn't be enough as the Aggies 7 more. Loss in Nevada. The state tried their luck in a Las Vegas tournament over the weekend. They beat Buffalo and lost to the University of Seattle, Florida International, and Hawaii. Now 194.9 in its Mountain Rim Gymnastics Conference dual meet against number 15 Boise State on Friday night. The Broncos beat the Aggies by 2 points, but it was Aggie freshman Autumn DeHardy who took her 3rd career beam title with a personal best of 9.9. Utah State athlete Jessica Jensen is competing in the Olympics. The Idaho native ended the ladies' slopestyle in 5th and will compete in the new event Big Air on Thursday. Back to you, Alex and Taylor.
Thanks, Bronson. When we come back, she was an activist in the 60s and she's still sharing her stories now.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt. All the swimming.
You're always and trying to be safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet. Shoebox. Under the bed.
Where anyone can get to it.
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
Thanks for sticking around. You may have heard the phrase resistance is futile thrown around, but last night USU Access and Diversity came together to show resistance is possible. In the TSC ballroom, people from all backgrounds came together to have their stories heard and to hear the stories of others. Alaskans, Hawaiians, Native Americans, LGBTQ, Latinx, Dreamers, Asians, and African American communities came together to educate and unify. With short films and live readings, the people there last night were not resisting anything themselves, but learning from people who had resisted racism, discrimination, and hard times in the past. The event ran past 11 o'clock, but the room was still mostly full by the end, something the night's host said was important to him.
It means a lot. It means that people really have the heart to be able to listen to these messages, and it's important to them to want to hear, all these different forms of resistance.
The night was supposed to end with a candlelight vigil, but due to time constraints and the weather, the vigil has been postponed.
Angela Davis, a prominent counterculture activist and leader of the 1960s Communist Party of the USA, spoke at Utah State University last week. Hundreds of people gathered at the D. Glenn Smith Spectrum to listen to Davis speak about her life experiences on Thursday night. Raising awareness and speaking about the need for social justice and the arts, Davis says if more people would take a stand for what they believed in, there would be a more positive change in the world. The crowd applauded Davis for her remarks.
For me to listen to Angela's work, to come here with my friends tonight and listen to her encouraging words and know that, see all these people here that filled half the stadium, just to know that there is a community.
In her speech, Davis added that the arts have the ability to give people an experience that illuminates the past, present, and future, and can also bring happiness. And we move on now. Boy Scouts getting merit badges and awards isn't new, but one Boy Scout received an award only given to a few Scouts a year.
Duty to others, duty to country, but most importantly, duty to God. So thank you, Ethan, for doing that and acting when you needed to.
Duty was what Boy Scout Ethan Edwards said he did to earn the Heroism Award, which was given to him Saturday by the Boy Scouts of America for saving a swim teammate from drowning. Ethan's father says they admire Ethan for what he did.
I'm so proud of my son. He's a fine young man. He's learned so much from scouting, and then that morning when there was a need, he was ready to act.